How you guys doing? I'm the delivery driver. Call me D, I guess, whatever. I won't talk about what companies I work for, delivering food and picking up people, because at the end of the day, they ain't cut that check yet, right? So why give out free publicity, free advertisements? For what reason, right? So number one, always keep that in mind when you do your posts, your YouTube pages, social media pages. If they ain't cut that check, don't give people free advertisements, making money off you for free, right? No more, right? So that's a tip. Keep that tip in mind. All right. Anyway, so what I do is I give out free game. I've been doing that for second quarter of my life, and I studied so much business, and I failed so much businesses, right? And I failed, and I learned, and I failed. I had a factory work, trying to be an entrepreneur, struggling entrepreneur. Still am a little struggling entrepreneur, but I keep it moving. We'll go in time. We'll go into different stuff I did and ventures I tried and all that great stuff. Then it hit me what I'm really good at. I'm good at helping people. That's my passion. I'll do it for free, and that's where I am now. So now I'll talk about the end of what I'm doing to monetize it and so forth. So I ask you about free game. Now I'm in one-on-one situation with people in the car, and so now like, yo, I find out what their passion is, I find out what they like, what they're doing, and I give them some tips, ideas, or I listen to their conversation, see if I find an answer or solution to the problem they have or they're dealing with, and we go from there. So it's free game with no fame, like straight up. You don't need to see my face, you just need to hear my content, what I'm saying. And if you listen, you might find something that you can use. Now, a lot of stuff I give them is basics, and they don't know it. Right, and some of them already have that part done, and I give them something else. So everyone is different. So I'm not, you know what I mean. So if you listen, you'll find out what I've been giving to these guys or whatever, or gals in my car. Sometimes gal and girl, right? Because sometimes they're in between. I don't know. This is what it is. It's the time we're living in now, right? And so that's all I do, man. I got a lot of experience, man. So when I tell you some stuff and I give you some ideas, lean on it, try it, whatever. But I have receipts. You know, everybody said, do you have receipts? I have receipts of people that I gave game to. Some took it, ran with it, and made money off of it. Others, well, let's say they didn't take heed to my advice, got slapped in the face, and then they followed my advice. Right, that makes sense. So everyone is it's your life, it's your book, right? I call it your life, your book. That means you're making this movie, you're making this real. Sometimes people get take two in life, second chance. Some people don't get that. And my buddy had a take two, and he's taking full advantage of it, right? And so not many people get a take two. He got shot, almost hit an artery, he survived it. Now he has a take two in life. And I told him, hey, do some things you need to do, and we'll find out. I haven't spoken to him for a minute because I've been off the grid, just trying to get my first sale from my product I am consulting on, right? And so enjoy your life, man, and try to make it the best you can make it, and stop making excuse, and stop all this extra stuff. It's their fault, this fault. Listen, we're in America. My mom got me up here in 1985, 86 from Jamaica. And I lived in America. And I studied America and the business. Because I was always intrigued by that stuff. How it works. What, who, what, where, when, why, all that great stuff. And I studied and I watched and I observed. And I tried and I failed and I tried and I failed. But all those tryings in my second quarter of life brought me to this point where I'm at right now, and I can't trade it back, because now I am equipped, you may say, and things how to do things and what not to do. That makes sense? So let's listen out this video. We just give out free game, no fame. I'll tell you what games I give out to my people I pick up in my car, or people I deliver to restaurants. If I meet them in a restaurant, we sit there and have a little while we waiting for food. Other drivers, we do small talk. I listen to what they're doing, and I give them some tips and a little strategy, and that's what I do. And so if you stay tuned and listen closely, you'll see. You may find a nugget or two here. You may not. Who knows? But I'll give you an example of something I did with one of the drivers. Matter of fact, so it was a young lady, picked her up from work. She's like she was mad. Like, what happened? Like, my boss had me cleaning this hotel, la la la, and she don't do it to nobody else. She feel like she's just carrying, want to make me do all the work, and I ain't get paid for that, but I still got to do my job. I need to find a better job. I say, well, you got another job? Like, yeah, I got another job. I work here for 2 years, and this job, just make extra money because stuff is up now. Thank you, Biden. Anyway, people got to work extra harder to just try to maintain. But I said, so I'm listening to her. So I said, ma'am, what's your passion? And she told me her passion. I like to do this. I forgot what her passion was, but I said, oh, really? Okay, so what are you doing towards your passion? Like, when somebody has a passion, they do it for free. And my passion is helping people, giving free game. I do that for free anyway. I did that for whole second quarter of my life, 20 plus years. You know what I'm talking about? So I said, and she told me, so I gave her some nuggets. I said, listen, one of the biggest expense, period, I don't care what anybody say, is your living situation, right? You could struggle, but when you struggle and you got to pay that rent, guess what happens? You can't pay the rent, you get kicked out. But if you own your house and you're struggling, you can always go chapter 13, right? Save your house to get back on your feet. You can't do that for rental properties. You know what I'm talking about? You can't just, chapter 13 is save your rental. Like, what? Save your rental? Not paying rent. Man, kicking you out. 30, 90 days, whatever state you in, they have the rules and regulations. And so I said, you know what, man? Your highest expense is your living expense. You're probably paying, what? X amount of dollars in rent. Rent's going up crazy, right? Unbelievable. Everything going up but your pocketbook, right? And so I said, man, how's your credit? I said, let's little basic, simple things. Go get you a crib. That's what you gotta do. Call a mortgage company up. Mortgage companies don't criticize you, don't care about your race, your color, your creed, your culture. All they care about is, you got a job, and do you have credit? There's a certain credit required for FHA. I say, you go to banks, no offense to big banks, guys, no offense, but you guys are kind of racist. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I have my kids try to get different loans. They had good credit. Y'all denied them. Couldn't believe it. Like, what? I had my kids, so my son went a different route for his car, my daughter went a different route for her, whatever she was doing. And I showed her, go a different route. Don't worry, this the game they play. And so y'all kind of racist. Y'all say y'all not, but y'all big banks is pretty stinking. You're not too favored. You're not highly favored for the colored. Let's put it like that. All right. So I expect to go with mortgage company. Call and find out where you stand, because the mortgage company, they'll tell you got to fix this, and this. Period. And when mortgage company tell you to fix or you approve whatever it is, you do what they say and you're good. I said try to and look for a double. I said look for a double. People call it home hacking, all that stuff. I'm just saying look for a double. That way you don't have to pay that rent. You get Section 8 tenants, screen them, get a property manager, all that great stuff. And that way you can now not have to worry about working 2-3 jobs because you got to try to keep the rent and the roof over your head. You're living for free. You just got to pay your RG&E, your light bill. And then the money you're saving, you start saving, and you put that in a savings account, whatever it is. Pay yourself rent. So whatever rent you want to pay yourself a month, you can afford, you put that every month. And that way you're deliberately saving money. Because then you can take that money you save after 5-10 months. After 10 months to 12 months, you may have about 5 racks to about 12,000, 10,000, depending what you want to pay yourself for rent, right? Whether it's $500 a month or $1,000. Whatever you want to pay, you want to pay yourself rent. And that way you should have about a good minimum $5,000 after 10 months. After a year, a little bit more, right? That $5,000, that's enough money. Not enough money, but it's enough money to get you started on your passion, man. You can put down on wherever you want to put down. You start creating some social media pages. You start looking for advertisers early for that product. And you stop showing free product on your page and start monetizing little by little. And then in time, it will grow. But then you have the money to put in to invest in you for your passion. No, let me tell you what happened. Not only did this girl almost cried in my car. Later, she cried. Had tears coming down her eyes. I'm like, I felt kind of chill, like, what? And she's like, people tell me stuff all the time, but they never break it down so simple that way I could achieve my goal. I said, oh, okay. I know what to say. I said, thank you so much. I'm going to go put this in my journal. But right when she said that, I wanted to tell her, don't just put it in your journal. You go do it. A lot of us always waste our time writing stuff down. Write. All we do is write. But we never put no action behind the write. You know what I mean? That makes sense? So all I'm saying is just put some action behind the write. And then you be fine. You know what I mean? It's what it is. So that's all. So I'm here to give you free game without the fame. Stay tuned. It's my opening page. All right, have a good one.